LD, you know what time it is.
Yes, sir.
It's the AT&T Fan Connection, where we get to hear from our fans, both good and bad. all the fun stuff. We answer your questions, and it's also an opportunity for Jordan to make her weekly appearance, which she loves. Jordan, welcome in.
Hello.
Your hair.
Jordan, love the hair.
It's amazing.
Thank you.
I'm so jealous
and
of
love
the hair,
shirt,
and the color. It's amazing.
Yeah,
Wait, can we talk about my shirt for a second?
Yeah, let's talk
MCR.
about it.
So we are recording this on Monday, and this morning they announced a new U.S. tour for next year.
Where are they going? Are they going to San Diego?
They are.
They are.
They are going.
Are we doing
to
a live
San Diego.
podcast? Are we doing a live podcast from the stadium?
No, we're not doing a live podcast.
They are also, Tim, for you and me, for the actual MCR fans. They're playing Citi Field. So they are also playing at Anfield.
You gonna go?
They're playing in the middle of the World Cup.
That's
so
a convergence of two of your favorite things in the world.
Yeah, it's like a Venn diagram. It's just a big circle, and it's a picture of me. So,
out of curiosity, where did they play in San Diego? At Petco? I can't believe they sell out these stadiums.
I feel like maybe, let's see, San Diego Petco Park.
Yeah.
Wow.
Petco Park, yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, but I don't see no
They're
disrespect,
also playing,
but I don't see them as like a selling out baseball stadium.
The Alamo Dome.
That's in San Antonio. I can't believe that thing's still standing.
They're playing like 3 or 4 nights in the Hollywood Bowl. It's
Hollywood
gonna be fun.
Bowl's cool.
That'd be rad.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, let's talk about soccer, though. That's what
Let's
we're really
go.
here for.
Let's do it.
I have some questions for you guys.
Great.
Okay, this one's from Mike via Instagram. Who you got in the USL Cup final, fellas? Hartford Athletic is super in form, and I don't see anybody stopping them right now. And for everyone's information, they're playing Sacramento Republic FC in the final on the 4th.
Is that Jägermeister Cup?
Yep.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Where's the game?
Let me see. Hart Health Park.
That's in Sacramento, right?
Yes, Sacramento, California.
They love their hearts and their health there. Sacramento wins, no question. So Hartford is really interesting. Hartford, very talented team. This guy, Misha Galina, who used to play Colorado Springs, was just a menace. They've been better lately, but Sacramento's a way better team, and playing at home, I think Sacramento wins. Tim has no idea about any of this, so we're just
I do have some inside information, so I just can't say who, but I do think no, it's a true story. I do think Hartford they are in good form, but you know, I'm tempted to not get too overdrawn into like the home versus away. Like I do think it's real. You know, we talked to Vermont Green, and their home field advantage is real. I'm not sure that a ton of teams possess that, where like Hartford will go there and go, oh, we're under.
Sac's pretty good though.
No, I know. I'm not saying it's not good.
And that's a long trip, by the way.
That's the part that
not a lot of direct flights from Hartford to Sacramento. In fact, there might not even be two connecting
that up, please?
flights.
Can we look that up in the chat?
There's
zero direct flights from Hartford to Sacramento.
Sacramento and a walk.
All right,
an easy.
Okay, this one is from Bryce via email, and it's for Tim. Tim, what was it like playing for the Memphis 901 FC? I was a season ticket holder since the inaugural match in 2019. I sat right behind the goal and watched you play. After your role as a player, can we get some insight as to what you did as a sporting director / minority owner?
It was horrific. My body
on a baseball stadium.
My body was like, what are you asking me to do? This is wild. No, it was good. I do remember we had a really good rivalry with Birmingham, who was Jay Heaps was a general manager. Yeah. Tommy Sohn, actually our daughters played together. ECNL. He was a head coach, so knew those guys really well. We had a really good rivalry. So it's kind of funny at the end. So like, I remember being like sporting director.
/ goalkeeper.
Yeah, / goalkeeper. And like the problem was and Landon, you know this because we've been in the trenches. I'm so fiery and so competitive that like I lost it so many times. Like there was a guy in Birmingham were kicking our butt or something. I can't remember what it was. We had a good rivalry. And this kid is this English kid. He comes over and he's giving all sorts of lollipops in the midfield, right? They're just running circles around us. And I remember like they're talking mad nonsense to me, right? And I'm like, And I'm like, bro, I'm 40. I can barely move. I'm like, what? And then I think there was like someone went down. So there's like a coming together LD. And one of the kid, anyway, he's talking mad nonsense. And I'm like, bro, you guys are good, but you're not Brazil. Like you're talking like you're Brazil.
Birmingham Legion, bro.
So then I lost it. And I was like, here's the thing. I would never sign you. You're a loser. Like I'm just like I'm like losing my mind
because if he cared,
because I don't
I
don't have it anymore. So like I'm like old, but it was
would never.
It was good. It was the part about running the club was so interesting. I think and Landon, you experience this on a USL level. You get an opportunity just by nature of budgets and all the restraints. You get a chance to see every operation of the club. The marketing side, the business side, the ticketing, the fans, going to the supporters pubs and having a drink with them and talking about season tickets and everything. Like if you get hired by an MLS club or you don't have the time or the ability to touch all of those things. And so
totally.
I really
there's
enjoyed,
a beauty to that too, by the way.
Oh,
there's like a real beauty to it. Yeah.
It was great. And then we just lost steam. COVID hit and we were getting some really good fans. We were getting like 8,000 people in a 10,000 seat baseball stadium. Baseball conversions are really hard. A lot of USL teams see that. And then, our downtown kind of got run down through COVID, which happens all across America, and lost a lot of steam. It was unfortunate, but we had a little bit of a good run, particularly in the back end.
Okay, let's talk about one of my favorite things in all of soccer, the offside rule. This question is from Brian via email. Love to hear your thoughts on FIFA's potential new offside rule and VAR's place with it as both a goalie and a goal scorer. How do you prefer offsides be called, and is there any room for improvement? Will this rule make offsides much clearer and easily identified, or will we still be analyzing hairline differences 6 months from now?
Wait, what's the new?
They
come up with a new rule every like 3 months.
So they're talking. The internet has been talking about them potentially changing it where your whole body has to be over the line.
Oh, jeez.
I can go first real quick. I was long. I like currently where the new rule where the current rules are. And my own, I think Arsene Wenger said something about it as well, right? Like a clear gap or distance. I tend to think I like the new rule that we now are in 2025 and we have the ability to have like semi-automated technology, so we can read the line between a centimeter or an inch, and I'm okay with it. I'm not really sure what the massive issue is. I mean, you guys can tell me if I'm wrong. I don't know.
You know what I think?
Yep.
I think soccer's become, for the most part, so boring. Like you have the ball and then we'll have the ball and then you have the ball. Like I went to even the Everton City game I went to last year. I'm like, it's the same over because everyone's doing all the same stuff. Just get rid of the rule. Get rid of it. See what happens. Like I want to see innovation. When they took away the back pass to the goalie, the game changed. When you could start building inside the penalty area instead of you had to the game change. I'm being like half serious here, but why not just get rid of it and like just take all the ambiguity out? Who cares? If you want to stand in front of the goalie, fine. You're going to play a man down. Can you imagine how much innovation and how fun it would be to see coaches adapt to that? But
yeah,
I'm kind of half
by
joking,
the way,
but
you're kind of half joking. It reminds me. So do you remember David Moyes on a Friday? So Moyes would say you would go like a Friday pre-match was match day -1. Do you remember you could just warm up how you wanted? So you'd go out with your mate and he would give you, I think we had like 10 minutes, right? So you could like jog around the pitch. You could do keepy ups. You could jog around the whole training complex. He didn't care, but when the whistle blew, you were back together. I think it was like quick boxes and then whatever. Speed training. So then he would always play this game where he would do old v young. Was it old v young?
I remember.
So old versus young was, he basically
so
split the team up between like, I forget what the age cutoff was. He'd be like, here's the 6 oldest guys and whatever. And he'd have these teams and he'd play small side. And it was so much fun. And one of the things he said, there was no offside.
Yeah.
It was brilliant. We'd have guys
fun.
standing like on the corner flag. And it was just, it was chaos. I don't know if you introduced that as a global law, but you remember. Yeah.
Can you imagine though the chaos? I would love that. I would love that. But anyway, in all seriousness, I just can't keep up with it. I don't know what they're doing anymore. I always think like in baseball, the ties should go to the runner. Like, you want more goals. Stop calling goals off when the guy's toenails offside. Like,
Yeah,
I get it. Whatever. I get it.
How about a question for Landon? We had one for Tim, now one for Landon. This one is from Juan via email. This question is for Landon. Our family has always been proud León fans, as well as lifelong Galaxy supporters. So when you joined Club León, it was a dream crossover for us. Can you share a bit about what motivated you to come out of retirement and join the club specifically? What were some of your favorite memories from your time with La Fiera? Why was it so short?
3 things. Certainly a financial factor. I always wanted to play in Liga MX, and I wanted an experience with a family experience, a life experience. We had 2 kids, and I wanted to have a fun experience. So it was really interesting. León is like proper Mexico. Guanajuato is proper, like you are right in the middle, and it's a very, they have a big leather factory there, and it's very working class. We lived in a beautiful place right on a golf course, which was really fun. The training facilities at that time in León were shocking. There used to be, I'm not kidding, guys. There was a pipe that came out of the ground that was like, I'm showing like the size of my finger, my thumb and my forefinger together. It would come out of the ceiling, and water would spew out, and that was our shower every day.
No.
I wish I was kidding. It must have been built in the 40s. It was disgusting. The toilets didn't flush. I'm not kidding. It was disgusting. The stadium was pretty old, but there was so much history. So like when you played the games, it was really fun. I was too old. I couldn't compete, couldn't run. It's at crazy altitude, so it was hard. But for 4 months, it was really enjoyable overall as an experience, because we really experienced real Mexico. At the end, they could tell I couldn't do it. I knew I couldn't do it, and they said, "Look, let's just call it a day and move on." But it was an amazing 4 months. We had a lot of fun.
So, sorry, follow up. So, you had retired from the Galaxy like when?
I retired in 2014.
At the end of the season.
Was León 2015 or 6? No, was it 2018?
Wait, bro, you were retired for 4 years?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Wait a minute.
Imagine?
How did you know? Wait,
I started working out again once I knew, and like for 3 weeks I was.
You were retired.
I was in decent shape, but dude, you're with like 20-year-olds. You just can't.
How old were you then? So when you
36.
You retired
but like a really old 36.
You retired at 32. You had a lot of miles.
Well, but didn't you go back to the Galaxy first?
I did for a couple months, but I was
so that was 2016, and then
God, athletes just can't hang it up. It's so great. Nobody can.
It's funny. They called my agent and they said to Rich, they said, "Look, we're looking for a player this window who's like preferably American, has some name recognition, who can play and can help us, but it's part marketing, part whatever, someone like Landon." And Rich was like, "Well, what about Landon?" And they were like, "Oh," and that's how it kind of happened. But it was a good experience. I'm glad I did it.
Okay. Last one for both of you. This one is from Dave via email. In a lot of industries, there's the idea of a comedian's comedian, or a movie that only true cinephiles love. What's something subtle about a soccer player that other pros might notice and appreciate that the general public might not value or even notice at all?
I think courage, valor, courage under fire. I just think, I remember, and I think you learn it like usually after the fact or like somewhere in the middle. I remember being, I think like at United and thinking like, I'm scared out of my wits to like walk out of the dressing room. Like this moment is big, it's huge. And I can remember like guys that like I really looked up to, like world-class players, and they'd say something like, anyone else feel that feeling in their stomach? Because like, and I was like, wait, you get nervous too? You like I didn't comprehend it because they were just so good and they always performed. And so I think the guys who are courageous, who always go out and even despite the circumstances, perform. That for me is like a player's player.
That just triggered something for me. So I have two things, but that just triggered something. So
Mm.
there were certain guys, no matter what the scenario, what the circumstance, who you're playing, what's going on, they always wanted the ball. Always, always. They could make a mistake. They could miss a penalty. They would, like Robbie Keane, he could miss 4 breakaways and he wanted the next ball and he was pissed if you didn't give it to him. And guys like that, I always really appreciated. You learn more about it when you coach and then when you retire, because I just assumed everyone was like me who always wanted the ball. But there are guys who are like, no, don't give it to me here. Like I just had a bad touch. So guys who always wanted the ball no matter the situation were really valuable. And then the one, I think this is for fans to understand. There are a lot of players that fans get really frustrated with because they don't do the exciting things that they want them to do. Or they're like, he always passes sideways, or he always passes back, or he always does this, or he's never done. Those players are so valuable in a soccer team. And the analogy I use is there were guys, if you were going to play 6v6 in training, there was one guy you always wanted on your team, and it was almost always this certain type of guy because you always won. And conversely, there was a guy you'd be like, he's really talented, but I don't want him on my team because he never wins. And so Dax McCarty was like this. He was more than just a pass it side to side guy, but like Kyle Beckerman was like that. Michael Bradley had a lot more to him, but he was a guy who you just wanted next to you because he helped you win. And sometimes fans would be like, oh, he doesn't do this, he doesn't do that. And guess what? His team wins always. We had two guys, Marcelo Sarvas and Juninho in LA. Didn't get a ton of credit, whatever, but dude, when they were on the field, we won exponentially more than. And so fans, I think, really struggle with guys like that because you want everyone to be perfect. N'Golo Kante is like the epitome of it, right? Like in his days at Chelsea and at Leicester. All the little things that help you win. And I love guys like that. And fans sometimes are like, he doesn't do this, he doesn't. Guess what? You win. So shut up.
Funny little anecdote to that is, I'm not going to name him because LD and I played with him at Everton, and I won't name him unless he comes from me, and I'll absolutely blast him. But guys who want the ball are special. Landon said it. We played with a guy at Everton who he would always hide in moment. Like you try to give him the ball, and he'd always hide. This was like everybody on our team knew. We took the piss. He'd always hide, and then the second that you didn't stick the ball into him, that you played it wide. For the crowd, he'd go,
give it to me.
Give me the ball. Give me the ball. And then if he's listening, when I know he listens, he knows who he is. Hide and seek. That's what we call him. Anyway, that's good.
All right. That's it, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, JR.